Hey everybody, Mark Johnson here, founder and creative director of Abe Studios, back again with another movie review. I know it's been some time since my last movie review, but it took some time to get here. And so the movie review that I'm reviewing today is Army of the Dead, which is a Zack Snyder film. It's through Netflix. It's a 2021 film, and I guess it was originally set to be a film done by Warner Brothers, but whatever reason it got passed on to Netflix, and the production cost at that time was about $90 million, and that's the most, or the highest Netflix has had to date. So there's that little bit of information. But this is it. Like I said, it's a Zack Snyder film. It was written by Zack Snyder, Shay Hatton, and Joby Harold. The film was produced by Zack Snyder, Deborah Snyder, and Wesley Cotter. So the storyline is there's a zombie outbreak in Las Vegas. They're able to contain it, so they quarantine the city. And there's a rich businessman who hires a group of mercenaries to go into the quarantine zone and rob a casino. And they get a little bit of a payday based on what they're able to bring back, or what they can bring back. And so I think the start of that, to me, sounds interesting. Again, I'm a zombie connoisseur. I love zombie movies. I think they're just the concept is pretty interesting. And I think what they did with this film, start with a location that we've never had a zombie movie in before. So that was interesting. I think what they also did good for this film was that they pushed the zombie science. And as I say it, I hear how crazy that sounds, but the zombie science, they pushed it a little bit, so it's a little bit more than just zombies that just kind of creep around. So there's a little twist there that I won't necessarily give away, but I think the story, in the sense that it starts with just this one guy, which is the character Scott Ward, which is played by Dave Bautista. When we meet him, he's in a rundown diner. He's a cook, he's a line cook. And so the idea of getting a big payday, as much as it was, I guess it sounds good. I think that sounds good. But I think at the end of the day, the risk involved with dealing with zombies, I guess, didn't necessarily come across, because the way everyone that he goes to and lets them know what the situation is, or even some of them don't even ask for the situation, they're just ready to go. So I think the risk that's involved for the payday, to me, didn't necessarily pan out, but these are the characters, and I understand that sometimes you gotta have something that happens in the story to progress the story rather than make a lot of sense. They got the team together. Dave Bautista's character has a daughter, so they get a little bit of a situation, and they have to decide how they're gonna handle it. Let's just say that. From there, the kind of story goes on, and again, I guess I didn't mention this, but the film is 2 hours and 28 minutes, so that's kind of a long movie. I get it. I think at the same time, there's a lot of room there to kind of do some development, of character development, or add some things to the story, and I think they did that, or at least they tried to do that. But as it turns out, for me, it didn't necessarily give me that much more. And that's not to say that the film was bad. I thought the film was entertaining, which is definitely what zombies movies are supposed to be. They're supposed to be entertaining, give you a little bit of a tenseness in your seat. I felt that it did that, but I just think with what they could have done with it, and knowing who the director was, and knowing that he was also part writer, I thought they could have done more. As the story progressed, you know how zombies movies go. If you're a zombie movie head like me, I think out of all the characters, but I think the one character that stood out was Dieter. I think he was the most interesting character, and I felt that his presence was definitely comic relief, as well as just to kind of give a little bit of a lighter side of things, as much as the zombie movie can be as tense as possible. In the end, Army of the Dead, which is a 2021 release, I felt it was a good movie. It could have been much better. I felt that they could develop each character a little bit more, give us a little bit more to kind of deal with. Soundtrack was not bad, but it could have been much more inspired, I felt, especially with some of the montages they had when the zombie killing is happening. But for Army of the Dead, I'm gonna give it, and the way I do my stars is 1 to 5. I'm gonna give it a 3.5. possibly a 3.7, but definitely a 3.5. Strong there. I felt that it delivered as much as any other zombie movie I've seen. I felt that it was definitely lacking in some way. I felt that it could have been much more developed. The characters could have been that much more exciting. I think some of the storyline was a little bit iffy, but I understand that you need to do certain things to push it along. So I'm not going to hate on it. 3.5 is pretty good. So that is my movie review for Army of the Dead, Zack Snyder film. And if you like this review, definitely give it a thumbs up. If you want to share with me maybe some of the things that you liked, didn't like, or some of the things that I said that maybe made you think about the film differently, make sure to leave those in the comment box below. If you like what I'm doing with the channel, make sure to subscribe, and also make sure to ring that bell so you don't miss any of my upcoming videos. So, like we always do at this time, have a blessed day. I will see you on the flip side. Let's go.